Hi guys, my name is Marcelo Castellanos. I'm a holistic surf coach and director of Puro Surf Performance Academy in El Salvador. And today we're gonna share with you a few tips so you can take your surfing to the next level. Welcome to Puro Surf TV.
Hello guys, my name is Richie and I'm part of Puro Surf team, and today I have a few questions to the coach so we can understand a little bit more about our program. Hey man, how you doing?
Very good.
Good. So today I have a few questions and I would like to start with what's surfing and how do you apply it in the academy?
Okay, so basically surfing, it's a very simple answer, and that's slide on top of the water. You can slide laying on your board, standing up, or even you can surf without a surfboard. So basically it's just a slide on top of water. And it's important to understand that because there's a lot of people that want to learn how to surf, but when they go to surf, they have their expectation too high because they think that they have to stand up on a surfboard to be able to surf. But the truth is, just by sliding on top of the water, it's an amazing feeling, and you can start like that, you can start having fun like that, and then you can take it to the next level, and at some point, if you want to stand up on your board, you can do it.
And so as long as you're having fun, like it's really good, right? So but like if you would like to get better, what's the path that you would like to get? Because I've heard that it's this famous quote where like they say the better you know, the more fun you have.
Yeah, so that's another important thing, and basically we talk about what surfing, which is a slide on top of the water, but also surfing is a sport. And people have been looking at surfing as a lifestyle, and it is a lifestyle, but it's also a sport. And if you wanna take your surfing to the next level or really learn all the process, like from beginner to elite, let's say, it's always better to look at it as a sport, because as any other sports, there's a structure behind, and there's a sequence of things that you have to learn. There's foundations, and once you start paying attention to those things, you're gonna be able to just keep improving, and then at some point you're gonna be a really good surfer. Surfing, it's a really hard thing to do, and most of the surfers in our generation and all the generation behind us, they basically learn by themselves. So based on my experience, we work a lot with different levels, people that are learning how to surf, but also people that have been surfing for a long time. And one of the main things that we find in those people is that they don't have good foundations. So they have a lot of bad habits and no foundations. So we have to go back to the foundation, fix those things to be able to keep improving. So that's why surfing as a sport is so important, because you can learn the right way from the beginning.
So basically the people that learned it before, like before the coaching was a thing, they were really skilled, right? Because they had to learn it just by watching other people. And now like there's coaching is like much easier to learn the sport. And much faster than before.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. Like there's a lot of like components on surfing, and one is that you have contact with the ocean, with nature, and that's an amazing feeling. And so just by being in the water, playing with the waves, it's amazing. But at some point, you wanna keep improving, and you wanna take it to the next level. So. We have to start looking at surfing as a sport and start working on that structure. So I'm gonna give you an example. Like, let's say you're playing tennis with somebody, and you're just playing by yourself, no coach, no anything. And let's say you're grabbing the racket from the opposite side, and you can play for hours, you can play for years, and you're gonna have fun. But at some point, if you go to a coach and he's gonna say, oh, you have to grab it like this, and you have to do the swing like this, and there's a technique, and you're gonna take it to the next level. And once you understand and you like develop all those skills, you're gonna have more fun. So it's the same when you're surfing. You can go out and have fun your whole life because just being in the ocean is fun. But if you wanna take it to the next level and have more fun in the water, it's better to learn it with a coach and as a sport.
So there's a structure of how to learn how to get better, right? Is there a structure in surfing where you can like follow and steps where you can like climb and get better?
There is like, because the same we're on that point that people is just switching to that mindset that they need a coach, they need a program. So here at Puro Surf we develop a program that takes you from beginner to elite surfer. So if we like look at each stage, we're gonna start with beginner, then you're gonna go to novice, then to foundation, then to emerging, then pre-elite, and then elite. That process, if you follow that process, it can take you from 12 to 15 years. If you follow that. If you're not following that, maybe you're gonna start surfing, you're gonna be able to surf, you're gonna
stuck,
but then you're gonna get stuck. And then you will have to go back maybe to things that you will learn in novice stage or foundation. But even if you've been surfing for 20 years. So that's why it's important, and we have that structure of different levels, and we develop this program, and let's say we need 10,000 hours to get to elite level, and
that's the least that you need.
That's like a rule that you need 10,000 hours to become like really good at something. But also we apply another rule, which is the 80-20. So that means that you have to do the 20% of the effort to get to the 80% of that result. So from beginner to pre-elite, you have to spend at least 2,000 hours. And then to like finish or go through the elite stage, you have to invest like 8,000 hours. So it takes a lot of time, and that's why you can see the difference between people that is like in elite level, like really good surfers, but then there's like the surfers that are on tour, and they're like in another level. And it's not a big difference, it's just a 20%. But to make that 20%, you have to invest a lot of time in the water and outside of the water.
Exactly, you have to get good in like really small details, right?
Yes, all the foundations, that's the most important thing. And a surfer with good foundations, it's a good surfer.
So that's what you do at Puro Surf is like you get like what type of clients you get in Puro Surf?
Like we got all types of clients. People that never surfed before, people that have been surfing for a long time. We have a lot of those. Like now they feel like they need something or somebody to keep improving because they feel that they get stuck. And then we also have some pro surfers and elite level that comes and train here. So we have all different levels.
Oh, that's really good.
And also we have one of the things that happens a lot. So it's important to talk about this because people don't have an idea on where they are, and to get somewhere, first you have to know where you are. So like let's say you're on Google Map and you wanna get somewhere. Like the first thing is you have to know where you are. So I'm here, I wanna get here, and then you make a plan to get there. And like we are like that app that is gonna tell you
your
where to go,
and then
but first we have to know where you are. So a lot of people think that they are like on intermediate or advanced level, but maybe they're just novice or they're on foundation. So people think that if they know how to stand up on their board, they don't need an instructor or a coach. Sometimes it could be painful, but that's also one of the things that you have to avoid. Like there's no, if you have too much ego, you have to get humble, and that's when you're gonna start improving and moving forward.
And what do you think about equipment?
That's another important topic, and it's important to understand what's the right equipment for your level. So that's another common mistake, and I like to mention those mistakes because like it happens a lot. And we have people that comes here and they're like, they wanted to surf in a shortboard, and they're novice
They
or
always bring a
beginner,
shortboard.
and if you're using the wrong equipment, it's gonna make your journey harder, and it could be very frustrating because you're not doing the right equipment. So it's gonna be harder to catch waves. It's gonna be hard to stand up on your board, and you're not gonna be able to work on the things that you have to work at that level. So if you're, let's say you're a novice, you will need to start with a big board with foam, volume, and if it's a foam board, even better because you're not gonna get hurt at the beginning. Even like in your whole journey, you get hurt with your board, but at the beginning you don't know what's going on, so you don't know where your board is. It could be very dangerous. So it's always better to use a soft board, and if not, like if you're, let's say, a novice, like you're gonna keep working on a big board or a board with a lot of volume, because that's gonna help you to catch more waves, and if you catch more waves, you're gonna be able to practice more. And also you're gonna be able to fix little mistakes when you're doing the pop-up. If you don't land on the center of the board or something like that, you're gonna be able to fix it. If you're surfing on a short board, and you don't land on the right spot, you're gonna fall. So
yeah, and surfers always seem to try to bring a shortboard, right? And what do you think is the most fun board, like where you can have the most fun?
it depends on the conditions, because and what kind of surfer you want to do. Because if you want to be a longboarder, you want to surf on a longboard. If you like fish and you like how the style of surfing on a fish, you're gonna have more fun on a fish. If you like to do maneuvers and surf more with your rails, you're gonna surf on a shortboard. If the waves are small, you're gonna surf on a board with more volume. So it depends of the conditions. That's like the board that you wanna use, and there's a good board for every condition.
And tell us a little bit about surfing in El Salvador. What do you think about?
I think El Salvador is paradise because we have amazing waves. We have waves for all levels. We have a lot of right point breaks, but we also have some left. We have beach breaks. We have warm water. No showers.
All the year is in board shorts.
All year, no wetsuit.
Right?
All year, so it's paradise. It really is paradise. Like, and if you're coming from another country, you get to the airport, and from the airport you drive 30 minutes and you can be surfing one of the best waves in the world, which is Punta Roca, and then we have like so many different waves, and it's a really
perfect.
Place to, like, you can surf every day. Like, there's no. I can't remember when was the last time that it was flat. Like,
there's always waves. Yeah,
always something to surf.
Like, I came here a year ago, and like I can not remember a day where I didn't surf.
Yeah.
Like, so there's waves all year.
Yeah.
And do you have a problem whenever you want to go on a surf trip? You know, because like the waves are so good here, so why go out, right? Like, do you ever get into that mood where like you just want to stay here, like, and not move?
Yeah, it's fun to travel. It's fun to go to new places, surf new waves, like surf like iconic waves. It's super fun, and it's also helped me to compare with what I have here in El Salvador, and that made me realize that I really love El Salvador. And, like, we have one of the
best
most consistent and best waves in the world.
So there's way for beginner to like professional, right? Like,
Yeah.
beginner to advanced.
Yeah, we have like beach breaks, and I think that's the best place where a beginner should start, is on the white water, sand bottom water to your waist.
Perfect.
And that's the best spot to start learning, because you can catch a lot of white waters, you learn how to manage your board, and you can practice a lot. And then you can go to a unbroken wave to start surfing like waves, and we have different ways to do that, like El Susal, La Paz, and other spots, and other secret spots.
So many spots, right? Is there any secret spots still in El Salvador?
No.
Yeah, Marcelo, thank you very much. I think that that will give people an idea of what we do here and how surfing like should be looked like as a sport, and how it's more fun to see it as a sport than like just see it as a lifestyle.
Yeah, so
It's really
to finish, I just want to thank Richie. By the way, he's a great coach here at Pura Surf, and he's an example of somebody that he's been working on a structure, and has improved so much, and now he knows so much, and he's sharing with everybody that knowledge that he's been also not just preaching but doing. And
it's fun because when you teach it, you learn it a little bit more, right?
yeah, that's the best way.
The best way of learning is actually teaching.
Yeah, so to finish, basically, surfing is a sport. Set your expectations, and the most important lesson that you're gonna learn is to learn how to have fun on every stage of your surfing journey. And just enjoy the ride. See you on the next episode
See you
on
later.
Pura Surf TV.